And Liz Jones, so I'm a fan of hers, I like her. And she's opened a can of worms because she is as fearless as it gets. Now, she wants to know why Meghan put a photograph of the embryo on the internet. She suggests the inclusion of the pregnancy photo was deliberate, aimed at quashing long-running rumours that Meghan was never pregnant. Those are the rumours. Now, these theories have swirled around since 2018 when Meghan first announced that she was experiencing Archie, who she probably calls A. I call him A. He's my son. The key conspiracy theories are as follows. And by the way, can we be careful with the term conspiracy theory? Because you might have noticed that from the years 2020 to 2023, there were a lot of so-called conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. That the people that were told were crazy because they said this, that and the other about especially that global health crisis thing. People got cancelled for stating sensible facts about health and about the global health crisis, who were cancelled. Careers were ended. They were humiliated publicly. And then a few years later, the authorities were like, oh yeah, well, maybe this happened and maybe that was a mistake and etc. So a lot of conspiracy theories, all you really need is 6 months and then they come true. So I do find that the term conspiracy theory is weaponized. But anyway, let's just say theories about Meghan's pregnancy involve the following. One is that Meghan wore a moon bump, a prosthetic belly, to fake her pregnancy. Another theory is that she used a surrogate for both Archie and Lily, and that she'd had a hysterectomy in her 20s, as confirmed by her ex-husband. We also have a theory that Meghan hired 2 babies to help her sell jam and flour sprinkles. Many have said that Meghan's baby bump was too shiny, far too tight and transparent. And some said they could see the straps of a prosthetic around her waist. Even the ultrasound was questioned. No hospital name, reference number, data or ID on the scan. Slow-mo videos allegedly show the bump swinging unnaturally. Audio clips claim it popped as she stopped to pet a dog. The baby burst. Some question how she was able to squat with knees together whilst heavily pregnant. I was able to. Each to their own. I'm very lucky. I'm bendy. I've got a dancer's physique. During the Windsor photo call post-birth, theorists accused Harry of holding a doll and moving it with his thumb. Now, Liz Jones says these theories are ludicrous and utterly baseless. Posting the picture, however, she said the picture of the embryo has lit the blue touch paper instead of putting out the firestorm. On these amateurish sleuths, as she calls them, snuffling for clues, analysing hair colour, skin tone and even their hands, well, she condemns them. She says to think that Meghan and Harry have embarked on an elaborate heist is ludicrous. There's no way such a deceitful act, which ridicules our royal family, could possibly be pulled off. On the photo montage, she called it mawkish. We can agree on that. But she said only the most mean-spirited would have judged her if she had used a surrogate. If she'd had a problem with infertility, she would have put the issue front and centre. Meghan is a smart cookie. She knows what sells these days is authenticity. Wait a minute. Liz Jones. I admire Liz Jones from the Daily Mail, but Meghan Markle is as authentic as a $9 bill. She hasn't got a real bone in her body. The whole thing is fake. She's a construct. She's a hologram. She's the human manifestation of ChatGPT software gone horribly wrong. She's not authentic. Meghan knows what sells these days is authenticity. Now, lovely Liz Jones strikes a note of sympathy to Meghan. She says, I have no idea how Meghan can get out of bed given the scale of the persecution she has suffered. Persecution? I mean, what is that? Meghan married the son of the King of the United Kingdom, so therefore she signed up for fame. And she didn't, well, I mean, she already was a Z-lister in America from the TV show Suits. So she's got a public job already. So clearly she's accepted that deal. Then she marries a prince, right? You're going to be talked about. You're going to have your photograph taken. So the idea that Meghan has somehow been persecuted, she's a public figure. She'll be held to account by commentators like myself and many others, because that's our job. Is what we do is we hold powerful, rich people who are public figures to account. And that's our job, which Harry, by the way, wants to curtail us doing our job, because he is suing newspapers in order to curtail press freedom, because he wants to protect the elite. He wants to protect the establishment, of which he is a central plank. He's definitely a plank.